the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation. And I'm going to try and do a pretty quick review. I made some notes, so if you hear paper or anything, that's why. And first off, I want to talk about the price range of this product. I found mine for $10 at Walmart. The price varies depending on the area you're in, but the highest I've seen anybody buy it personally is for about $13. It may be higher in other areas. So I think the price range for what kind of product it is and how well it actually does work, it's worth every penny, no matter how much you pay for it, up to about, I say, with $15. It works fabulous, just like it says. And and I'm going to say first off, I don't have anything bad to say about this foundation. And I do have clips of me applying it to show later on in the video, as well as pictures shown where I wore it for over 10 hours and what it looks like on my skin after 10 hours. And I will say, after about 10 hours, you can definitely see some wear around like my a couple of the pimples that I had on my face that day, and had to apply foundation over them. But I never reapplied, so the 10 plus hour picture is true. I never reapplied anything, just so you could see how it wears. It still wore very well, even though the makeup around a couple of my pimples had faded. The makeup has a light makeup kind of scent, just like most foundations or anything you buy from a drugstore has kind of a scent, but it's light and it's almost non-existent. You can't even smell it on your face. I like that it comes with a pump, which is very convenient, and it locks, and it has a lid. So if you lose the lid, it locks, so it won't like squeeze out in your purse or anything. And it will be great for traveling because it has a lid and the pump. So I really like that, and this is actually the first foundation I've owned that had a pump with it. So I'm really ecstatic about that, actually. You get 1 fluid ounce of product, which is about normal for a foundation. And another good thing about it is it has SPF 20. And also, if you're wondering, I'm in a shade 805, and that's ivory. And it claims on the back that it has the lasting power of a primer, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one. It does do all 3 of those, of course, and I love that it's shine-free. It definitely dries matte. Like, if you like the pinup style makeup and stuff where they, back then they wore just all like matte on their face, they wasn't shiny or illuminated anywhere really. This foundation, you'll probably absolutely love it if you like that kind of look. It dries quickly. Doesn't mean you have to like super speed like apply it or nothing. It dries, it sets pretty quickly. And it stays put all day. You'll see in my 10 plus hour pictures, except for, maybe around blemishes, maybe where you might be touching a lot on your face. And it's a very light filling foundation. It dries so light. Like, I hate wearing foundation, and I would like never wear it. I would just like do concealer and powder and be good. But now I like using this foundation, and I wore it every time I wore makeup since I bought it, which was a few weeks ago. This is the foundation, and I like never wear foundation. I love it that much. Like, it changed my perspective on foundation. It dries so lightweight, almost like a powder finish, but you have the coverage of a foundation. And I wouldn't say that this is a complete full coverage. I still feel like I need a little concealer underneath my eyes or around my nose a little bit. Maybe even a little extra coverage on a blemish if you want it to stay a little bit longer. But that's the only place I had it fading, was like on a blemish. And it has medium to full coverage depending on how full of a coverage you need. Like, it's buildable. You can blend it up to, or build it up to a full coverage foundation, which is always nice. But if you just want a light coverage, a light weight foundation, do 1 layer. Don't build upon it no more than that. And this is it too. And what I like to do with this to help it stay all day also is I set this foundation for myself personally with the e.l.f. Complexion Perfection powder, and that just looks like that. And you just rub them all together and it makes like that color, but it blends out translucent. So I like to use this powder to set it with. That's personal opinion. You can use if you want a little bit more coverage, use a powder that has color to it. I used it one day with the Wet n Wild Coverall press powder. It worked really nicely, and it looked very nice too. And I also like to apply this foundation with my damp Soho Beauty sponge. This one is, it's kind of dirty. I've used it a couple times, and I need to wash it, but yeah, I like to apply it with a sponge. You can find this sponge Walgreens, Walmart. If you can't find this particular Soho sponge, there's other brands that make them too, that are a lot cheaper, very affordable compared to the Beauty Blend. I just absolutely love it. I feel like everybody should try this foundation out. It comes in a wide range of colors for a drugstore foundation also. I think it's worth it even if you have to buy a couple to match your exact shade, because it just applies so fabulously, and it just blends right in, and it dries so lightweight, and there's not a strong scent, and it lasts a really long time on your face. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. Let me know if you found it helpful and if you tried it too and you like it, or what do you dislike about it, if you have anything you dislike about it. Just let me know off in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I use about, I would say, a pump and a half. And with the sponge, I just take and I pounce it onto my skin.